Austin. We are down here in the dining hall for this week's edition of Nhcc Tv. And why are we here?
Well, I think we're down here because we're starting a new series, and that you're possibly speaking in this room. Is that the deal?
That is correct. This weekend we are starting a new series, 3-week series called Food Fight, looking at our battle with food in our culture. And we sent out 17,000 of these little flyers to our friends and neighbors in the local area, and so expecting a large crowd. And since whenever we do these things we have a big crowd at 11, we decided that this week it would be really cool if we could make some space in the auditorium at 11 by having some folks move. If you just come down here to the dining hall. And then we started thinking, well, if we're going to ask people to come down to the dining hall to make room for our guests, then maybe I should come down too. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to be down here. So at 11 o'clock service this weekend, we're actually going to do the broadcast of the message from in here.
So will people still be able to see you if you're in this room and not in the auditorium?
That's a good question. Francine, will they be able to see? She's nodding her head. Yes, because we have set it up so that the video is actually be projected from here back into the auditorium. And so basically what happens if you're sitting in the auditorium at 11 o'clock, you get the first half of the service in person, the music and everything else we do, and then the message will be broadcast from here over the screen. We did that at New Year's Eve, our brunch day. That worked really well. And then if you're in the dining hall, which we're going to limit the seating to about 50 or so, because I'm sure everybody's going to be dying to get in here. Yes.
Get here early.
You'll get to watch the first part of the service on the screen. And the second part would be me speaking live from in here. So if you could help us make room this weekend, like by moving down here, it would really be appreciated for our guests and stuff. So that's the first thing. The second thing, this weekend. Oh yeah, this weekend. This is the second Saturday of the month.
It is the second.
And
Saturday.
What happens on the second Saturday of every month?
Every second Saturday of the month, we do a different community service project. And this month, we are going to the gardens over at Berry Road, which has a lot of rehab facility for the elderly people in our community.
Okay.
So we're going to be there. The kids in Adventureland made cards for us to take, and we're taking flowers and candies for the ladies.
Awesome.
So
and what time?
We are meeting here at the parking lot at 9 o'clock, and so people can show up, and we'll carpool over there for a couple hours.
A couple hours over there on Saturday.
Done by 11 and home in time for lunch.
Okay. Awesome. Excellent. Okay. Last thing on the list. Oh, and I don't know where this idea came from, but it just seemed like the natural thing to do is to
why would we not write it on our hands?
So anyway. As part of this series that's coming up, this Food Fight series, I'm going to say like a pastoral thing here, because I've heard some people say that, boy, this is kind of like a scary topic, because a lot of us, including yours truly, struggle with food. And so, like, are we just going to make everybody feel guilty about, how you're looking and not looking and all that kind of stuff? And absolutely not. That's not the intention of this at all. The goal is to say, could a relationship with God help us in our battle with food? And if so, how might that work? But since we all do battle with food, or most of us do.
Skinny people do too, by the way, just to throw
well, there you go. Okay, so what we'd like to do is to hear about your battle. And so if you would send me an email, if you could just say, hey, here's my food fight. Here's what I've been battling. We won't do anything, we won't use people's names to be anonymous. But we'd like to put together a little montage of just how our congregation struggles with food, and because I think if we all realize we're in this together, that's helpful.
There's a lot of people that probably do.
And so, for example, me, this is one of my struggles with this is one of my food fights. Is I struggle with Hershey's. Oh man.
I've heard you've had a crush on Little Debbie.
I have for a long time. Her sister Sarah Lee's pretty hot too. So anyway, if you could send us an email, send me an email. We'd like to use the stories of our congregation just to describe our own, not only our fight with food, but maybe even some of the victories. How's God led you to have victory? And we want to put together like a video montage thing that we'll show on the third week. It'll be really cool. So, okay, so that's it for this week. Nhcc TV. I've come to the end of the list, which means we're at the end of this video. Thanks for watching. See you this weekend.